Hello, crypto world. Welcome to the Chart Historian. My name is Justin, and on this channel, I delve deep into crypto charts, exploring chart structures, fractals, and patterns. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin and the halving. So we're getting close to the halving. The next halving is supposed to take place on April 20th, 2024. And if you Google Bitcoin halving, here's something from Investopedia. The Bitcoin halving is when Bitcoin's mining reward is split in half. It takes the blockchain network about 4 years to open 210,000 more blocks. So it happens about every 4 years, and it cuts the available rewards for miners in half. So the argument then becomes, at least the way I have seen it made, that because it is a mechanism that makes Bitcoin more scarce, it is a mechanism that also drives up price. Now, maybe you have seen a different argument, but this is what I have seen. So since the Bitcoin halving is a cause for price appreciation, with one coming up, we should see price appreciate due to the halving. I kind of don't believe that's the case, and here's why. So if we go back to the very first Bitcoin halving that took place, this was November 28th, 2012, we can see that, first off, there was a bull run that takes place here, a decline. Bitcoin was in the recovery, and really it was the beginning stages of the bull run. After this event here, this halving, price goes parabolic. So we see that the halving takes place in this kind of area where it's moving up, but not aggressively moving up. And then shortly after, it moves up aggressively. This is the first halving, at least that I'm aware of. So I could see how a connection would be made to price appreciation and the halving. So the next time this takes place is in July 2016, July 9th. And once again, Bitcoin has had a bull run. It then had a decline and is in the same, or was in the same place right here where it's moving up, it's recovering, but it's not parabolic yet that the previous one over here took place in. So the halving, both these times, happen within the beginning stages of the bull run. The next time that this takes place is in May 11th, 2020. And once again, Bitcoin had its bull run over here. It had its decline, and it was in the recovery before going into the parabolic part. So what I'd like to point out is that these halvings have roughly taken place around a similar time in the Bitcoin recovery / bull run. They take place after the decline. And while it is in a move up phase, this one looks the most different. It's really just kind of going flat, but it's not in the decline, and it's already bottomed out. It is in the recovery, working its way to the parabolic point. So the timing of these halving events have, in my mind, been coincidentally aligned with the Bitcoin macro structure. So they have roughly fallen into around the same area where it's moving up, but it's not in the parabolic point. However, the one that's going to take place now is at a different point. So Bitcoin has had its decline. It has been in its recovery point, but it's already in the point where it's going parabolic. So this creates an argument that this halving event can potentially land anywhere. So give it enough time, this halving event could potentially end up at a peak. It could end up in a decline. Now, I could see when the halving first started that a correlation was noted between the halving making Bitcoin scarcer and price appreciation. But in none of these halving events, we see an immediate reaction that would allow us to make a connection between this parabolic movement upward and this event that takes place. It's always delayed. Every single parabolic movement upward is delayed. The trend leading to the parabolic move up continues as it was until it hits that point where it moves up. And the timing is different every single time. So to make the step from correlation to causation is, to me, just an unsupported claim. So when this happens, assuming that we're still in the parabolic phase, it could, let's be honest, it could take place at a peak. We don't know. It could take place at the decline. I'm assuming it will still be in the parabolic phase. We'll have to see how that plays out. But eventually, given enough time and enough of these events, that will take place. We will get a halving that ends up in a decline or at a peak or at a bottoming out. This so far has been luck of the draw where it has landed in a similar spot every single time. But the truth about Bitcoin's macro structure is that some parts speed up, some parts slow down. In other words, it goes through a set structure which creates bull runs that happen more than once, which creates declines that happen more than once. And this structure doesn't go at a set pace. Some declines are shorter than others. Some bull runs are shorter than others. Some bull runs are longer than others. Eventually, there's going to be a decline that's just long enough and a bull run that's just long enough to make a halving event land somewhere where it totally destroys the narrative. And that's exactly what it is, a narrative of the halving is a cause for price appreciation. If this was a cause for price appreciation, what happens over here? How does this halving all of a sudden, that cause, have no effect over here? Maybe it pushes it up so far that it goes beyond what it should go and then it crashes, so it only should appreciate to here? I don't know. It's just crazy. This is just pure coincidence. Think about it. We know, we can calculate when the next halving after this one is to take place. So usually in the stock market, when something is predictable, it usually gets priced in to the current price. It's not like a random event that no one saw coming, which would be a black swan, and then the price reacts to that. No, this is completely foreseeable. Everyone knows about it. It takes place actually at different points in the macro structure of the Bitcoin chart. However, they do take place for the most part in a similar place, except this one. This one is taking place much further along, already in the parabolic phase of the Bitcoin chart. So, folks, you can believe what you want. I'm here to tell you that the halving being the cause for price to go up is most likely nonsense. It does make a good pitch, and it does get people excited. So I'm here to intentionally plant some doubt. You can blow this off, but at least think about it. Think about it. Be a little skeptical. This next one may play out where the narrative will still be able to be maintained that this is a cause for price to go up. But one day there's going to be a halving that doesn't fall in the right place. Anyways, food for thought. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it may have challenged your beliefs. I do believe Bitcoin is in a bull run. I still believe that there is more room to go, regardless of the halving. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But if you did find value in this video and you would like to see more of the type of technical analysis that I do, and you're not a subscriber yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button. I'll continue to follow up on this chart as it continues to develop. I'm so glad you caught this video. I hope you catch my next one. Have a great day, and bye for now.